Hi there, it's Kim from Alterknit Universe, and I'm going to teach you guys how to knit in the round today. The first thing we want to ask ourselves is, why would we even want to knit in the round? Well, that answer is pretty easy. If you don't work in a circle, then you've got to knit stuff flat and sew it up. That means lots of ends to sew in and seams on your hats, your socks, your jumper sleeves, and all that kind of stuff. There's lots of different methods of working in the round. You've got your traditional double-pointed needles, or DPNs. You've got tiny little sock cable needles. You've got traditional circular needles. And you've got some crazy inventions, for example, these crazy trios. I'm going to show you the two most basic methods. In this part, we're going to focus on traditional DPNs, and in the next one, magic loop on our circulars. People have been using double-pointed sticks to make socks out of wool since the ancient Egyptians used to wear them with sandals. If you want to channel some of that energy, or you fancy yourself a lady from the Middle Ages with her socks that went over the knee and became stockings, double pointeds are probably the right needles for you. Here's how I knit with my double pointed needles. As always, when you're working on a knitting project, you want to make sure the needles you've got are the right thickness and the right length for the project you're working on. These wooden needles are probably a little too long, but I wanted something big and chunky to show you guys so you could see my stitches. And that's how you do it. Now I'm going to take you step by step. So double pointed needles usually come in a set of 5 or 4. Today we're going to use 4 needles. That means 3 needles that have stitches on them and 1 that we're going to work to. You're also going to need some yarn whose thickness matches your needles. I'm using some super chunky and some really big needles in this tutorial so you guys can see what I'm doing. If you want to get these needles and this yarn, check out the description box below for links to our website. You're going to use whatever cast on method you like the most. Make yourself a slip knot and slide it onto one of your double pointed needles. Casting on double pointed needles is exactly like casting onto straight needles, but we're going to do them across a couple of different needles. Think of them like your straight needles, but they've been broken in half a few times. So for this example, I've cast on 6 stitches on this needle. Now I'm going to pick up my second needle and I'm going to start casting on onto that one. There's 2 different ways to do this. This is the slightly more advanced method where you go ahead and just pop the second needle straight into play, like this. I'll show you the different method when we get to the third needle. But essentially, your stitches are hanging out right next to each other. We want to keep the stitches really close to each other so we don't end up with any ladders or gaps in our work between where the needles were. So top tip is to give your work a little tug when you're about to change needles. If you want to start your next needle slightly differently, what you're going to do is put an extra stitch on this second needle and then grab your third needle and just slide that stitch onto the third needle. Hey presto, now you have stitches over 3 needles. The main trick with double pointed needles is to totally ignore the needles that you aren't working with. So as you can see, I'm using the top 2 needles and that third one is just hanging out having a cup of tea. So I've just slid that stitch down onto the body of the needle and now I'm continuing to cast on. Now I'm pretty much ignoring the other 2 needles and just working on the one needle as I finish casting on the 6 stitches, which will complete my circle. So this is my last stitch. And now I have 6 stitches on each needle. I even managed to leave myself the perfect amount of tail. So here's the tricky part. Now we've got all these stitches over 3 needles, and I want to make sure not to get them twisted. I like to lay my work down on a table or my lap at this point so I can really see what's going on. I want to make sure I have all of the stitches facing inwards. So we're basically bringing our cast on edge into the middle. I'm going to follow that on to the next needle, and then to the next needle. Just like that. And you should see we've got ourselves a triangle. Look at that. Now, how do we join it together so that we can work in the round? Because at the moment, they're not connected. You're going to start working with the 2 needles that are at the beginning and the end of your stitches like that. We're going to be connecting them in the middle by using a technique where we slip 1 stitch from this needle onto that needle, and we take that stitch over the top and put it on the first needle. It's actually pretty straightforward, but it seems kind of confusing at first. You'll get it. Now you'll notice we're only working with the 2 needles, and this guy back here, we're just going to totally ignore him for right now. First thing we got to do is get those stitches to the ends of our points. Then we're going to take the first stitch, and we're going to put it onto the 3rd needle. Just slide it off just like that. Easy peasy. Now we're going to transfer this stitch over to the 1st needle. I like to give myself a little bit of room there, so I like to use the tail bit as the last bit. I'm sliding it over the 3rd needle and back on to the 1st needle. Pull it tight, make it nice and snug so we can tell the stitches apart. Requires a little bit of fiddling. The next thing you got to do is slide your stitches into the middle of your double pointed needles so that they don't fall off. There you go, completely connected. You've got a circle. You did it. Congratulations. Next step is actually working the stitches. So how do you knit in a circle? A great way to not get confused and to remind yourself where you were when you last stopped knitting is to look at where the tail that's connected to your yarn ball is, and that's usually the last stitch you knitted. So you're going to work in an anti-clockwise direction. So if the last stitch we knitted is on our right hand side, we know that the next stitch we want to knit is on the left hand side. And the only needle we're going to pay attention to is that one and our new needle. So now we know which needles we're working on. We're going to pick up our work, slide our stitches to the end of the needle. We're going to check that our yarn is at the back of the work and that our yarn's not weirdly wrapped around one of our needles or something like that. It happens more often than you'd think. Now we're going to go ahead and knit as normal. Put your needle in, grab your yarn. Make sure that you're only wrapping your yarn around the needle you want, not any of the other ones. First stitch is always the most awkward when you start a new needle. Make sure you do not go around one of the needles that's sitting around the back. Just focus on the needles that have the stitches you're about to work and the stitches you've just worked. There you go. Knit all those stitches on that needle. Brilliant. Now that you've finished, you're going to end up with a free needle. And this becomes your new right hand needle. Before you do anything else, wiggle your stitches into the middle of that needle you just finished. Next thing we're going to do is rotate our work so our fresh new stitches that we want to knit are at the top of the screen here. Because remember, we want to work in an anti-clockwise way around our needles. And we're going to forget these guys. We're going to pretend they don't exist at all. They're not there. We're just working on that one needle with the stitches we want to work and our fresh new needle. And we start the process over again. Remember, you just want to work on those 2 needles. So don't get crazy. Don't wrap that yarn around anywhere you don't want it to be. Just those 2 needles. It can feel super weird at first because you've got these other needles in the way. I like to keep my 2 needles that I'm working in the front, the 2 needles I'm not working on in the back. Some people knit with their needles like this, and it's doable. I just find it a little bit uncomfortable. So find something that works for you. And what's the first thing we do when we finish a needle? We slide those bad boys into the middle because we do not want those stitches sliding off the end of the needle, let me tell you. Then we turn our work and we do the whole process over again and again and again and again. And we try really hard not to stab people while we do it. And eventually, when we've worked enough rounds, it'll be a tubular sock-like thing. So where the heck is the beginning of the round? Well, if you used a cast-on method that leaves a tail, it'll be where the tail is. But otherwise, you can go ahead and plop a stitch marker right in your fabric between the needles right there. Then you'll always know. Thank you guys for watching my double-pointed needle tutorial type thing. If you want to see how to knit in the round using magic loop, I will be putting up a part 2 video next weekend.